Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the final episode or chapter of RWBY Volume 9, which is on number or chapter episode 10. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it, we get to see a little more backstory about like Summer, We have to it that she decides to go on a mission after reading her story to two children, and we see to it that Summer, which is RWBY's mom, and of course Yang's favorite mother, of course, of all things, ends up having to meet Raven and getting ready going to go on a mission. These two exchange briefs of tension arguments, I guess. Summer has a tension, bad, strained relationship with Raven, but decides to work with her, I guess, to do something. Especially how she bumped her off, is one thing for certain. We see to it that RWBY sees this vision and realizes that something else is going on. Eventually, we have to it that Jean, who apparently is affected by the tea leaves or something, or whatever leaves it is, ends up getting ready to go back into action, realizing that the vision he saw in Alex tells him this is what you should do or what you need to do, kind of thing, And eventually, like I said, John will but John will know what to do, and then ends up using the leaves against the curious cat that's in Neapolitan's body. It does not affect the cat, but that doesn't mean it'll affect Neo. Doesn't mean it'll affect Neo. And by that time, the cat gets out of Neo's body forcefully, thanks to Neo's will, and then the leaves, yada yada yada. And we have to it that RWBY finally knows who she needs to be, and that's herself, Although many people say that this is anticlimactic and they did not like it, for me, I think it's only natural considering that what else do you want her to be? Do you want her to be something brand new, forget her memories or something? I highly doubt so, no. And eventually, RWBY breaks out of her shell. The curious cat is happy about this, but Team RWBY easily defeats him. Defeat the stupid cat, and he gets angry about this and curses them for what they've done. But Weiss and the rest of Team RWBY says they follow RWBY because she's neither of the things what you say, yada 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 yada. And we had the curious cat was trying to make his sneak attack once more, but Neo, in revenge, uses her semblance overactive imagination on the cat and kills him in the most brutal way that we could imagine. Well, we could just only imagine it, if anything, because that's the semblance, etc. And we see to it that eventually, Neo, knowing that she won't find the peace of killing RWBY and all that, and after looking at her overactive imagination of Roman, which apparently is something that she knows that this guy's not real because it's not the real one, decides to do something about herself, Eventually, RWBY and the others trying to wonder what they should do with Neo, but Neo points her umbrella at RWBY and says her goodbye and goes into the tree to find herself, Because I'm afraid that's what the tree is usually doing. We don't really know what's going to happen to Neo in the future, but she may end up staying in the ever after forever since she has nowhere else to go, and I'm pretty sure the memory she has is nothing more than something that she doesn't want to have, and maybe she'll be something brand new. We'll have to find out. We don't really know. But one thing's for certain is that she'll find herself, and it sucks that she'll have to maybe this might be her last appearance, but that doesn't mean she died, so that's a pretty good thing. But she may be born anew, but her sins will still stay with her, but we'll have to see, and so forth. Eventually RWBY and the Team RWBY and John will later on meet a new Little, which apparently they call him Somewhat, I guess. Whatever the case may be, this little mouse is much bigger and now will have a new role to play. And John, on the other hand, asks the Somewhat to take care of Juniper, and they end up going into the distance, getting ready to do what they can to help anyone in the ever after, So, yeah, very, very emotional goodbye, but they end up meeting the blacksmith from the tree, and she ends up actually telling the stories of the two gods, which is the light and darkness god, and we get to know that these two creatures actually came from the ever after, this ever after, and that because they overdid their experiments whatsoever, the tree opens up a door for them to go to Remnant so they could continue their own experiments whatsoever, whatever the case may be. So, pretty much I guess you can say that the first like blossom creatures that ever showed up was actually a goat and a deer. You know, they were the first kinds of people that like first beings that ever shows up. You know, etc. And because they overdid their like whatchamacallit, their experimentations here and there, they end up having to like go to Remnant and do some more, and whatever the case may be. So this actually really shocked everyone else to figure out the truth here and there. But whatever the case may be, they end up going away for a few lessons, and they end up getting ready to go back to where they go after that blacksmith opens that portal up, you know, and that portal will later on lead them back to like whatchamacallit, back to like oh man, I forgot. Going to Vacuole, you know, I think it's Vacuole, right? Vacuole. Let me take a look. Let me just like make sure. Let me just like double check and make sure. Yeah, pretty much Vacuole, if I remember correctly, the one that's in the desert whatsoever. But they also get greeted by a couple or a bunch of Atlas technology still, you know? We don't really know if that really is Vacuole's technology or Atlas technology, but they do see another like another headquarters that looks very big over there. Whatever the case may be, it looks like to me everything was not destroyed, so they have a chance to possibly fight once more. But we'll have to see. And the chapter, the volume ends off there, etc. There is no post-credit scene. There is just like an excitement of crossover at Team RWBY and Jace and DC Comics, you know, so that kind of thing. So yeah, yeah. All I know is like that RWBY knows what she wants to be, and that's herself. You know, that's more than enough. And then let's see here. As for the cat, of course, he is killed in the most brutal way by Neo. Neo decides to ascend herself to the tree to find herself, maybe be born anew, or stay in the ever after forever, or maybe return to Remnant as a new person. We don't know. We don't know how long it's going to take. We don't even know how much time passed by when they were in the ever after. It might run differently compared to like in the ever after to like to Remnant, you know? That's the only that's a lot of questions and theories to come about. But as for everything else, the blacksmith, you know, reveals about the two gods, which is the light and darkness god, who apparently was the first two living beings to blossom and to create and destroy. And later on, their experiments gotten way out of control, and the tree decides to send them somewhere where they could continue their experiments here and there, you know, etc. So I thought it was pretty cool that the darkness god and the deer represented like goat and a deer or something, you know? I don't know what's that supposed to mean, but I guess it has its own ways. But whatever the case may be, yeah. And like I said, repeating myself, Team RWBY along with Jean goes back to Vacuole, and they see the same thing like they almost saw in Atlas, you know? But a little bit different. Whatever the case may be, we don't know how much time has really passed, but I can guarantee it might be very much different in the ever after than Vacuole, or maybe it might have happened at the same time. We don't really know. The Team RWBY or the people of RWBY, the people or RWBY or so whatsoever, they have yet to decide on that. So we'll have to find out how this turns out or how it goes out. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Anyways, thought it was a pretty much okay volume. You know, I mean, I guess this one is just about RWBY trying to find out who she wants to be after all that happened to her, you know? I mean, like, can't really blame her considering that everything went in the dumps, you know? But whatever the case may be, is like, guess she knows what she wants to be, even though many people don't like it and it's anticlimactic and so forth. But whatever the case may be, it is what it is. So, yeah, look, that's about it. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So, I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-ta-da!